Bonjour everyone. Are you planning to study your masters in France? Are you confused between choosing an MIM degree and an MSc degree? You have come to the right place because I'm a student right now in 2025 and I've done my masters in management as well as an MSc degree. So I can probably give you the best guidance helping you choose what's the best for you. Now let's begin with MIM. MIM is basically a 2-year program. In the first year, you study like the general management like finance, HR, marketing, sales, etc. You will be given a list of minors to choose from. In case you do not like finance like me, you can choose to skip finance and study something else. In the second year, you can choose a specialization, continue your MIM degree, and here usually you have multiple options to choose from in the second year. The first is the classical track. If you choose like a specialization in marketing, you will get a degree of MIM in marketing. In the second track, if you choose an MSc degree, like a dual degree, that means you get an MIM degree as well as an MSc degree in marketing. So 2 degrees. And in the third track, there's also a track of apprenticeship where you can work and study like me. I've studied my Masters in Management plus MSc International Business and Digital Marketing. And so MIM is basically open to everyone. You do not have to come from a management field. You can come from engineering, medicine, any background, because I'm from engineering as well. I've done computer science engineering. In MIM, you could also do international exchange semesters, or you can do like a dual degree. For a semester, you could go to the US, Canada, Japan, wherever your school has a tie-up. For a dual degree, you could go to a completely different country and study there for a whole year and do the degree there, but you just pay the fees here. You don't have to pay the full tuition fees in that country. So there's one of the key advantages that MIM has, like the MSc program, because just imagine you study here for 1 year, you study in US for 1 year, so you have a degree from the US, you also have a degree from France, and you also have, I think, access to both countries' work permits. That is pretty cool about MIM. MSc is basically a 1-year or 2-year program. There's 1.5-year MSc program that is about 8 months of studies, and then you do your thesis, and then you do 6 months of internship to validate your MSc degree. Who should choose MSc degree? So MSc degree is a specialization degree, right? You do not study the whole management. You directly study that specific subject that matters to you. That means when you go into the job market, you're also pretty limited. Obviously, if you are someone who has already experienced in the past and you only want to work in that field, then MSc is good for you. But I wouldn't recommend MSc for beginners. I'll tell you why. Because when you look at fields like MSc project management or supply chain, imagine you're a company owner and you have like 2 profiles: a project manager with 5 years of work experience and a project management with 1 or 0 years of experience. Who would you choose? If you're a student with just like 1 year of experience and you want to get into project management, definitely that's something that you should not be doing, because in that case finding jobs are also difficult, and that is what a lot of students are facing right now, because they choose to do an MSc, they do not have the relevant work experience, and now they're struggling. If you're someone with a very good work experience, if you have a very good profile, let's say you have above 3 years of work experience and top MNC, obviously when you do your research, you know that there are a lot of companies in this sector, I can land a job here. If you have done that research, if you think that there's something that I can pursue, then it's for you. But if not, I wouldn't recommend it. Because I can also give you an example of my friends. One of my friends, he had like a 3-year experience in like automobile, and he studied a Transform Mobility MSc from here. And right after his internship, he landed a job full-time in that company with a 65-70,000 euro package. That's a lot in France. That's something that you cannot really get that often. You see, he studied from a normal B school. He had good work experience of like 3 years and he was able to get the job. But not everyone would have the same profile or luck in getting that job. So please be careful when you choose the MSc degree. Look at your work experience, your education, and your prospects of getting a job in that specific field. What would be best for you? I mean, at least from my point of view, let me tell you why MIM is a better option for you if you are a fresher. Because in Masters in Management, in the first year you study General Management. That opens your field to all different domains. While you're studying for 1 year, you obviously improve your French, you do some networking, and a lot of B schools offer gap year program and an apprenticeship program. So if you're a fresher, you could take a gap year, you could do internships across Europe, you could gain some work experience. Then in the third year, you could apply for apprenticeship, or you could go for a different country, right? You could go for a dual degree. So in my case, I chose to do an apprenticeship. I was able to get a very nice company with a good salary. They paid off my tuition fees. So the point here is that at the end of my MIM, I studied for 3 years. I mean, in the second year I did not study, but in my 3 years of MIM, I've stayed in France for 3 years. Meanwhile, I developed my French, I developed my networking, I gained some experience, and now after 3 years, my 2-year post-study visa will kick in. That means from now I have 2 more years to find a job. Obviously, after 3 years of learning French, building networks, gaining experience, it's much more easier for you to land a job. Whereas in MSc, you have 8 months. You study for those 8 months or whatever the program you have, basically for 8 months, and then you are directly into the job market. Ticking time of 2 years post study visa has already started. You have to find your job as soon as possible, or else these 2 years will go away. And that is something that is good for people with experience, because it's easy for them to find something rather than a fresher, right? So my recommendation for you would be that if you're a fresher with few years of experience, go for MIM. You'll have more time, you have more options. You could go for a semester exchange abroad, you could take a gap year, you could gain some experience, do apprenticeship, get an international experience. So you see, there's a lot of benefits that you have in MIM over MSc. Please think again before you choose your degree. This brings us to the end of our video, and I have a small announcement to make. We as a group of students have started a platform where we help students get into their dream B schools. Unlike the other agencies where they'll only send you to the schools where they get commission, you choose your school, you get your admission, or if not, you want the help, we can help you with the SOPs, we can help you with the application process, and then help you with visa process A to Z, campus trans, visa, accommodation, everything will help you with that. Unlike other agencies, our support will not just stop at the visa. We will not just give you the visa and say goodbye. We are students in France. That means we are here to help you out with anything. For example, when the new students arrive, they are pretty much lost with CAF process, social security, visa validation, visa renewal, CVAC, etc, etc, etc. We can help you with that as we are students here. If you want to study in France, please feel free to DM me or reach out in the comment section, and our team will get back to you. We can have a discussion, a Google Meet, and we can decide what's your interest, try to understand what's the best school for you, for your budget. Good luck for your study abroad journey in France. See you in the next video. Bye bye.